Hi, Douglas Simonson coming to you from Mexico with another video designed to make you a better painter. This one is not for plein air painters. This one is for people like me who work from photographs. I've gotten a lot of requests from my students for more information on how I use Photoshop to make my photographs easier to work from when I paint. So in this video, I'm actually going to take you through how I do this step by step in Photoshop. But first, a little background on why I feel the need to tweak the photos in the first place. Okay, as a painter and as a teacher of painting, I am a firm believer in the premise that details get in the way, big shapes are what make or break a painting. As human beings, we are designed to focus on details, and it's really hard to step back and defocus and see the big picture. Yet, as painters, we have to learn to do that. So that's why I have devised these tweaks which allow me to take a photo image that I'm going to work from, go into Photoshop, and reduce the number of colors and remove a lot of the details so that the whole image becomes much easier to paint from. Okay, let's go to Photoshop and I'll show you how I do it. Okay, I've got a couple of images open in Photoshop. We're going to start with one on the left. We're going to begin by heightening the contrast. So go to Images, Adjustments, Levels. In Levels, dragging the black and white sliders around will heighten the contrast. When you've got strong lights and darks in an image, it's just going to make it easier to paint from. Next, we're going to add saturation. So go to Images, Adjustments, Hue, Saturation. And then in that window, you want to drag the saturation slider back and forth for more or less color saturation. There, that looks pretty good. Okay, now that we have the contrast and the color the way we want them, we're going to duplicate the layer by dragging it down onto the little sheet of paper icon at the bottom of the layers window. This will give us a duplicate layer that we can then apply our tweaks to and keep the original layer intact. And we're going to end up with a file that has both the original and the tweaked image in the same file. Okay, next we're going to apply the median filter. That's under Filters, Noise, Median. In the median window, you're going to see a slider labeled Radius. That's what you drag back and forth to find the level of blurring you want to apply to the image. Now we're going to apply the final filter, Posterize. This one is under Images, Adjustments, Posterize. Again, you've got a slider and you drag it back and forth to find the degree of tweak you want to apply. I find 7 is a number I often end up with. Sometimes 6, sometimes 8. Okay, I like the looks of this. Let's zoom in for a better look. Notice you can go back and forth between the original and the tweaked images by clicking on the little eye in the Layers panel. Okay, let's do the same sequence of tweaks on the other image. We're going to begin again with Levels to heighten the contrast. Although this image doesn't need that much contrast. It's already pretty good, so we'll just add a little. Then we're going to go to Saturation. Remember, that's under Images, Adjustments, Hue, Saturation. This also doesn't need much tweaking. The color is already pretty good. Next, we're going to duplicate the layer by dragging it down to the layer icon on the bottom of the layer window. And now we have a duplicate layer we can apply our tweaks to. Okay, now we go to Median. Remember again, it's under Filter, Noise, Median. And notice this time we need a higher number on the radius slider. That's because this is a larger file, even though it may not look like it on your screen. There are more pixels per inch in this file, so you have to modify more of them to see the same effect. Okay, now let's go to Posterize. Image Adjustments, Posterize. And again, drag the slider back and forth to see all the different possibilities and then choose the level you want. Okay, now you've got a tweaked image and you've still got the original image. I recommend what you do is print out the tweaked image and the original image, and don't try to work from a computer screen or an iPad screen, or worse yet, a phone screen. These are unnecessary hardships. I mean, it's hard enough to paint as it is. Why make it even harder? Get a way to print out the photo so you can put it up next to the painting so that you're working and you can see both images at the same time. Really an important point. Anyway, print it out, put up the tweaked image next to your canvas so you can see it and refer to it while you're working, and refer to it a lot. And keep the original image on the side. You're not going to be looking at that most of the time. You're only going to use that if you really need to clarify some part of the tweaked image. Okay? So I hope this has been helpful. And if you have any questions or comments, put them in the comments below and I'll try to respond. Thanks for watching, and go paint!